strong women, all different with similar viewpoints, making sure y'all listen to the topic at hand. Hot for the fans, mature conversation, man, they gotta be fam. Roxy, Monica, Janet, and yes, impressive and intelligent, demanding respect. That's what you get when you put them all together. About to change the world for the better. This is Scattered Minds Podcast. Scattered Minds Podcast. Scattered Minds Podcast. Scattered Minds and all that. Scattered Minds Podcast. Scattered Minds Podcast. Scattered Minds Podcast. Scattered Minds and all that.
So on today's episode of Scattered Mind Podcast, we are just having girl and guy talk. We're having a conversation about gender in education, soft girl and pretty girl era. We're going to talk about just a little bit of everything in the culture and just having talk. So with that being said, Roxy, let me ask you, what is soft girl and pretty girl era? What is that to you and what do you see it as?
To me, soft girl, I think the soft girl era to me is like apologizing to yourself, like, you know, just being free, just allowing yourself to forgive yourself for everything, you know, and just living and just not being so harsh on yourself, because, you know, women, we are always expected to be like, you got this, girl, you can carry the weight of everybody on your back. And, you know, that this is like the era where you like, no, it's about me. I want to do what I want to do for me. And, you know, it's not selfish. And people got to learn to accept that, you know, putting yourself first for once is never selfish. And, you know, just, you know, getting your nails done, you know, getting your hair done and just repeat, you know, keeping up with it. Not just like, I can't do it now because of this. I can't do it because of that. You know, just really truly putting yourself first. And far as the pretty girl era, honey, it's when you start glowing, when you start good, you step out, honey. And when they see that, I see you, sis. You know, everybody goes through it in each chapter of their life. Like, I feel like I went through it once I relocated to New York and I really just started feeling myself. Like, you know, it's just you know when you're in that era, and you know what, everybody else knows it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, what about you, Marie? What do you feel like is that, you know, the era? And also, what era do you feel like you're in right now?
It took me like 2 years after I left my ex to actually finally get there.
Yes.
And it was to the point that I had someone around me that was like, oh, you're beautiful, you have a nice body, to the point that I wear shorts now. I wear my one piece or two pieces
Okay.
cover myself up. And I was like so comfortable in my own skin to the point that I was like, I started loving myself. And it took me a long time to get there. Like, what made me like 17 years, 18 years, you could say.
Oh, about to make me cry.
You got there.
Yeah. So I finally got there that I was like, I was comfortable in my own skin. I didn't care like body weight. And to the point I was like, if you don't like the way I am, then you're not going to be around me.
Oh my gosh, I'm really about to cry. Oh, I'm so happy. Like, you know, when you around your friend, oh man, girl, I put a little concealer and I don't want to wipe it off. So when you're around a friend and you see them dealing with so many things and having to be the strong person that they are with all the things that, you know, they were going through, and to see that they're genuinely happy and finally happy, it's like the best feeling ever. And like now I feel like she's in such a happy place now, and it's so happy. Like, that goes for both of, you know, for Monica, and that goes for Marie. They both were in long relationships, and like now, like I see them like all soft and gentle, like, and it makes like, you know, that you don't realize when your friend not just finding like love in a relationship, but just finding their self and finding their self-worth in someone, you know, encouraging them. It makes you feel so good about your friend. You feel like your friend is safe.
So, well put, Monique.
Well, it took me a long time. There was times that I'll be like, people be like, oh, you're pretty. And I'll be like, okay, thank you. Like, for me to find like, okay, like, you are pretty. Like, you looking in the mirror, you're pretty, you got yourself together. And I like to the point I tell people, you don't love yourself if you over here doing all this cosmetic, trying to look better for someone else that's not gonna love you.
Yeah.
So
What about you?
So what do you feel like the soft man, soft boy era? What do you feel
Jesus. I mean, in a room full, what do I say? But I mean, I'm not. I will never be. I never aspired to be a woman. But I believe that being softness or having softness doesn't equate to femininity. I think that just equates to like what I hear now between both Roxy and Marie is happiness, feeling more in tune with yourself and feeling like I can be vulnerable being myself. Like I can walk into a room and feel confident. That to me is like a soft boy, soft girl. I think, like you said, we all kind of go through that era. And softness is vulnerability. Like you're out of your shell. You're vulnerable. But it is one of those things that I guess as a man that when you are able to embrace and fully love yourself, and then also allow somebody, whether it be your friend or your man, to love you, or woman to love you as a man, and be able to bring yourself fully emotionally to the table, to yourself in the mirror first, and then to someone else that you feel safe with. That creates like a certain level of trust and softness as a person that I feel like you can get when you're loving yourself.
That is
That's
so.
That's me.
So true. Well, for me, I feel that like I said this before, and I'm in a soft woman era now because I finally love me. Just like Marie said, it's finding the place to say, you know what, it's time for me to love me. And when I found that out, everything else kind of fell into place. Like, yes, I am a tough, strong woman, but I am also vulnerable, and sometimes my vulnerability, gets taken advantage of. And I learned to, like, I shouldn't have to change who I am, my vulnerability, because someone took advantage of it. Because what if I'm not vulnerable in my next relationship or whoever I come after, and I lose the best thing that probably would ever happen to me because I allowed somebody else to block me from moving forward.
Now that's true, because I remember going into the relationship with John. Now I remember he told me, he was like, I was a rock. He was to me the other day. He was like, it was hard getting to you to make you like sensitive and soft and things like that, because I always been around like strong women, and even from my prior relationships, I always felt like, no, you ain't about to play with me like that. But you do have to soften up. You do have to be. That's the first thing. And being a woman doesn't necessarily always make you have to be soft, but you do have to soften yourself up, though.
I mean, it's kind of hard though, because sometimes we soften ourselves up with the wrong people, and it kind of pushes us a step back on figuring out what is it that we want, because we feel like we're doing the right thing, but it really is not. And we set ourselves up because we chose it, knowing that it wasn't right.
I think it's that self-awareness that you know when you become soft. It's a definite feeling that you get when you feel like you can be that way. Because even though you say you become vulnerable with those people, you and your gut know, I'm not going to give my all to the that stuff is not reciprocated. And you can tell when people are taking advantage of you. I don't care if it's a friendship, relationship. You can tell when something's not right. And so I agree with what you're saying, Janet, but it's just one of those things that I've been in that situation where I was allowing myself to be vulnerable to a fault or soft to a fault. But I knew like, like my fight or flight is going to kick in and I'm going to be out of here. Like, yeah, whatever. Like, shame on me. So like foolish, basically. But yeah.
But now, look, see your beautiful face. Back up a little bit. We can't see your beautiful, luscious face.
Oh, me?
Yeah, I feel like I can't see your full face. Yeah, yes. Okay, give into it. Yes. So, like you said, is right. Do you feel like, so Monica, now that you're in a different chapter of your life and you're with someone that you feel like make you feel safe, do you feel like you're in your soft, your soft girl season
Absolutely.
or chapter?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Chapter season. Because I believe earlier in the years for me, I would just almost like feed off of compliments from guys or guys I've dated. And oh, you're so pretty when you look a certain way, when you dress a certain way. And then when I didn't get the compliments, then I didn't do it. So I was never really doing it for myself. And then after a while, I had to take a step back and be like, how do I really feel about myself? And do I always need to be fueled by what somebody else feels, especially when it comes to guys? So I started just putting just a little bit more effort in myself and seeing how I felt. And I started to feel good. I really started to feel good. I felt when I get my hair done, when I'm dressing really cute and I was doing it for me, it is such a different feeling. And I was just almost like feeling myself and I felt good. So whether or not, a guy was around to tell me whether I was pretty or not, I felt pretty already. I felt pretty. I looked good. I felt good. So now that I'm with my honey now, he tells me all the time. And it's a bonus, but I know I do it because I know that's how I feel. So, I feel good when I dress up, when I wear a pair of jeans and a pretty top and shoes and we going out, wear a dress. I feel really good and I feel good standing next to him. So when he tells me, it's almost like a boost in my ego because I was like, I already know I look good, but thank you. So I feel real good. But it's just this feeling. So that pretty girl, soft girl ever, like you said, it does take time for you to get there, but you do get there. You make sure your nails are done. They don't have to be polished all the time, but just make sure they're clean and they're filed down nicely. Make sure you smell good. If you don't always wear perfume, I was never a big perfume person or a body mist. So I feel if I took a shower, it smelled like soap, I'm good. I smell clean. But that stuff wears off after a while. So now I was like, nah, you gotta buy yourself a little perfume. So I started buying little oils here and there. And you smell good. I'm like, okay, okay. And you walk past somebody, oh, you smell good. What's that? And then you tell them, and it's like, okay, you could put on a little perfume and you could put a little bit more effort into yourself, even if it's just a few more minutes. You put a little lip liner, put a little mascara, just do a little something just to boost yourself up. And in time, you'll fall in love with yourself. And what everybody else say, it'll be just a bonus because you're already up there, and it's okay to feel like you up there. So it's okay. So just like being soft with my honey, I had to stop always feeling like I had to be the woman and the man in a relationship, and I had to let him be the man and let me be the woman. So I had to be a little bit more softer, just let him lead. And at the same time, I had to be a little bit more romantic, be a little bit more soft. I don't have to do the things that men do, but I can do things, that show him that I care and be a little romantic and still be soft and still feel like I'm not out of my character. So yeah, I'm there, and it's a good feeling. So when everybody get up on it, I'm happy for them because it is a good feeling.
I feel like so much power in being soft.
Yes.
So much power in being soft.
As it into
breaking that side. And as a man, I feel like me stepping into a room of men who are like toxic masculinity, like, yeah, I'm wearing pink. Like a bottle of Pepto Bismol. And I'm wearing navy, black, and gray. Yeah, y'all boring. Allow yourself to really embrace other aspects of who you are and not just what you're told to be. It's like most women are told to be strong. Strong black woman. Strong women in general. Be strong. You have the babies, raise them, feed them, take care of the household, clean, cook. That whole 60s, women of the house kind of mindset, it still exists. It's just the fact that we're, as the women, are trying to get away from that. And they are getting away from it and really embrace, as you said, Monica, like their own empowerment as individuals, even outside of a relationship, even without being validated from someone else's compliments or opinion of them. So that's that power when you really have realized I'm the shit.
That's right.
And I'm soft.
Absolutely.
And I'm pussy. And and I can give it to you.
All right.
Okay? That's it. And that's power in that.
Wow.
So I love that. I love that. I love that for you, Monica. I love that for you,
Thank you.
I love that for you, Marie. I love that for you, Jan. I love it for all my women. And I respect. fully.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
God, thank you. Wow, it's really deep. That's really
Mhm.
deep.
It's
I
good
don't
to
think it's sorry.
go ahead, Marie.
I don't think it's about being soft. I just think about is whatever you've been through in your past, you have a block that holds you back for certain things that you don't want to go through from your past. You don't want to go through that same pattern all over again. So you're not being soft at all in any way. You're just protecting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you're protecting yourself as you don't want to get hurt, or you don't want to be in a relationship or someone that's going to try to control you or try to tell you what to do. Like, you say you're in a relationship, like for an example, and once you get in this relationship and you start with this guy, and this guy's telling you, no, we got to do it this way and this way, and like, no, you're not controlling me. I already had that in my last relationship, so you're gonna step back and say, this is not what I want again.
I wouldn't say soft in that respect where where I'm losing myself. Because at the end of the day, I could still be soft, but I can still be that person where this is what I stand for and this is what it is, but I'm still soft. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we can have a conversation, we can agree to disagree, and we can just sit down and hash things out, but I still can be soft. I can still be that. I hear what you're saying. I don't have to be until I have to be you know what I'm saying? I don't think I don't think I would lose myself. So when I say softness, I'm just being more in tune with myself, just giving myself a break and just feeling good, dolling myself anything that's gonna make me feel good, then I'm going to do it. As far as my appearance or my inside, taking better care of myself, eating healthy, skin care, hair care, anything that it just makes me feel soft. And like I said, I'm being soft. I'm not losing myself to a certain relationship or with the individual, because they can be controlling everything. But if you know where I stand, then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want to say.
In a relationship with both, Janelle and I had to both start finding our own identity as well, because you become so attached by the hip. You do everything together. You do have to start figuring out who you are. So you're not just the married couple. You both have self. You got to identify who you are separately. And you can't catch yourself like, oh yeah, we just. Oh no, it's not we. Sometimes gotta be I and things like that. Like it happens, and it's not like a negative thing, but you do have to figure who you are, and you do have to be respectful to your mate as well.
Of course, absolutely.
But I feel like it's just accepting, a lot of times people don't accept the things that the person comes with, like who they are, and they try to change certain things because they don't like certain things in people. And it kind of makes me feel like if you met somebody the way they are, and you fell in love with that person the way they are, why would you want to change who you fell in love with?
Absolutely.
Why can't you accept that person for who they are? Like I've learned in my relationships, like I've gotten relationships and I felt like I lost myself. Like I shouldn't lose who I am, my personality, my laughter, always joking, always want to laugh. I shouldn't have to lose that to please somebody else. I know, like, now that I've learned to love me, like, because 35 years old, I'm learning to love me now. Like, I'm looking back at everything that I've been through in my life, and I have not loved myself. I put everybody else's needs and feelings before my own. But once I started to realize it's time for me to be selfish, and not in a bad way, but in a good way. It's time to be selfish. It's time for me to do me. It's time for me to love me and boost myself up the same way I give to others. I should be able to reciprocate the same thing to me, and like Roxy said, like, we need to forgive ourselves for what we've done to ourselves. Like I did it to me all these years. Now that I love myself, everything else fell into place. The relationship with my children has gotten better, has improved. My attitude, the way I talk, my behavior, learning to express myself in a way that I don't always have to cuss all the time, because my mouth is crazy. So like I've learned to be a lady, don't get me wrong, I've always been a lady in the street, but I can get crazy too. But I've learned to like really walk these streets like the woman that I am, the queen that I am. I demand respect, because I respect myself. And now if a man wants to come around, like, you're gonna have to respect me the way I respect myself. If not, it's not gonna work. And a lot of times we allow men to do certain things, and we don't put a stop to it. So for them, it's okay to do that. And then we start to lose ourselves. Like, okay, let me just give the person some time. Let me just be a little bit more gentle, more understanding, forgetting like, okay, it's okay to be a soft woman, but at the same time, I got to put my foot down.
Absolutely.
I'm not taking nothing away of you being the man, but we're not gonna treat each other like this. We're not gonna have this conversation like this. We have to understand that we're both on the same pedestal. You're not above me, and I'm not above you.
That is so true. That's so true.
It's a unity. It's one. You know what I'm saying? When yes, people are in relationships. People then get married. It's still a unity. It's supposed to be one. It shouldn't be like one person and then the other. There's two people in a relationship, but it's nothing. There's no togetherness. It's always fight.
It's a partnership.
Yeah. And that goes for friendship. It's not just relationship, but also friendship, being being a soft woman with your friend, like, being, gentle, because sometimes you got to be tough and that they know that you're a soft woman and you all the intentions is great, but sometimes you got to be a bitch.
Well, like they say, there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
For everyone. So,
absolutely.
you just got to know, you act accordingly. You pretty much, but don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself, but act accordingly.
That's the part.
People on the outside that is not within my circle, I don't never have high expectation for people. Y'all know, I be like, girl, I don't even set it too high. That's how I don't get my feelings hurt. Like, seriously, very sensitive person. So I don't get my feelings hurt when I feel like, I be like, girl, I'm prepared. What I always say, I'll be prepared for when they set me up. Like, you have to be prepared for these things that are going to come. Like, people are going to hurt your feelings. People are going to disappoint you. And that's life. I'm going to disappoint people. I'm going to hurt them. And that's how it is. Because, girl, the past couple of weeks, people laying in your girl face, honey. They've been
playing her face.
Girl face, honey. But I've been trying to Michelle Obama and Beyonce everything, and I
that's so, right.
You have to take the higher route, and that's with everything in life. You got to let people know, like, you can't play with me like that. That's just that's on everything. So they gonna play with you, girl. That's life. They gonna try.
It is. So on another topic, I wanna bring to the table about. I have no problem with transgender. I don't have no problem with the LGBT community. I don't have no problem with anything. I'm a mother of 3, and I do not agree with people, these school districts now wanting to teach transgender to these young children that are not even legal to buy liquor or a pack of cigarettes. But you can decide what to do with your body.
For me, this is
a conversation for parents.
I don't have kids, but for me, I feel like little kids just should not be put in that situation to figure out. I just feel like it's already hard to even wrap your head around sex. I wrap your head around extra body parts that wasn't even there and things like that. That's just my opinion. I can't, like I said, I have friends in all walks of life, and I'm never and I enjoy, being with the girls. But for me, I feel like as a little 5th grader, 4th grader, you don't know who you're going to be sometimes. Like, some people do. Like, a lot of my friends, they knew when we were little, but a lot of people don't. And I feel like you're so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed to so many different things. You don't know what you're just absorbing everything. You remember you learned different things from music videos and shows you watched, and like now you're about to take that on and say you transgender at a young age, and then now you're like that wasn't it. That I don't like that. I decided I like girls again.
You can't change it after you did it.
And I think that's about much younger, like 1st and 2nd graders, and that's where
these are like 8 and 9 years old.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9, and it rubbed me the wrong way because I said, don't take their innocence away. When the parent is ready to have that conversation with their child, they will do it. I mean, I don't think it's something that should be mandatory. It's something that should be, optional. You just some kids, kids mature at a different age, different levels. So some kids might not be ready for that conversation, and you just kind of pushing it on them. And
Now,
again, they
now
still young.
the basic things that little girls should know and guys should know, like, girls get their period as young as 8 years old.
Yes. Your
Like,
period, the boys,
like
wet
that,
dreams,
yeah. So those
things like
things
that.
happen at a young age.
No, that's
And
fine.
address them, and you don't need to go too deep, because I'm the parent and I will go deeper into the
Mhm.
That's my thing is, don't take that away from the parent. Don't take that decision away from the parent.
not take his innocence from him. Like
Mhm.
that, I feel so uncomfortable with any of the things that kids can see now.
Mhm.
Tell me about it.
These streets are the ghetto. Your kids can see all kind of things nowadays, and that's not like. So how do you feel, Maria and Renard, about all of this?
Yeah.
I feel like it's not the streets only. It's social media. You got TikTok exposing that I didn't even know when I was watching cartoon as a kid what they show, what it really means. That I'm like, that's the cartoon I was watching when I was like 10. And they're exposing things that are like sexuality and fresh. And then you have these kids on TikTok that 5, 6 years old. It's okay. And I don't think it's okay because you're still a kid. You still should be playing with Barbie dolls and you should still be playing with cars and you're still finding yourself as being a kid. You shouldn't be as an adult thinking, okay, I like boys or I like girls right now. And if my kid tells me at 5 or 6 years old, I'll take him home private and have this conversation. I don't think a teacher should think it's okay to tell and speak to your kid about something without speaking to a parent.
That's very true. I myself, as someone who identifies as a LGBT community or same gender loving community, I feel like any age, if your grade school is too young to expose a child to anything outside of historical reference of what a trans person is or whatever, they exposed to it enough. I mean, if they have a question like, "Mommy, is that a boy or a girl?" The things that kids ask out of curiosity. Then you say, "Oh, well, they're a woman," or they're presenting themselves as a woman, but have that conversation. But for your child to turn on, we were talking about this earlier, Janet, with your child turning on Peppa Pig and seeing like either a same-sex couple or, in cartoon form or a trans person in, pre-K or kindergarten, and you're like, oh yeah, like, well, Brandon identifies as Sarah today because they got exposed to transsexualism at a very young age. And as a parent, I feel like if I was to be a parent, I wouldn't want my child exposed to any of that until like everyone pretty much has consensus of age where they are able to understand, hey, yeah, we all have our differences. I want my child to understand and know that everyone is an individual, just like they are an individual. However, you don't have the option to want to be a boy or a girl yet. If you're born a boy, you're going to be a boy. I'm a little boy. That doesn't mean you can't play with dolls or you can't do certain things or wear paint. However, you're not going to be wandering around here thinking like, oh, I think I feel like a girl today. Or if I have a little girl, she feels like a boy today because of school or because of television or because of social media. And when my child won't be on social media, they might be exposed to it in school. I can't be there all the time, but it's everywhere. You turn on the TV, you got Cardi B, butt ass nigga in her music video. You have Megan Thee Stallion twerking. You have like examples that are not good on both sides.
Megan, she twerk every second she get.
Of the day. Like,
That's it.
You really can't avoid it. Everything is so sexualized. And let's say you don't want your child on TikTok. I wouldn't have my child on TikTok, obviously.
My child is not on TikTok.
But scroll. You're getting exposed to friends, you're getting exposed to titties and ass, you're getting exposed to all types of things. And one of them being transgenders, once again, unless it pertains to history, I don't think they should be teaching it in school. If they talk about the Egyptians and how their way of dress was very kind of androgynous. Like they wore wigs and eye makeup. Sure, you talk about that culturally, but don't talk about it as if like, okay, well, Brandon, it's okay if you feel like you want to play with dolls and you want to be a girl today. No, they don't want to be a girl. They just want to play with dolls. Mm-hmm. They want to play with toys and explore like a child wants to explore.
I've seen so many little boys cry over toys and dolls. I've seen so many girls that just wanted to be a tomboy, and like that doesn't make them out to be like, oh, this is what they're going to be today. Like kids are so like they're absorbent. They just want to do whatever they want to do that make them feel comfortable.
Right.
And wrong with that, but like it's for you to like, you know, kind of like coach them to do certain things or what they might like, you know, really figure it out. I just feel like a lot of people make you feel bad for you trying to figure it out. Like it's already bad enough you have to figure out so many LGBT this and that, and like it's so many things.
Pronouns.
And I feel like they make you feel like a bad person because you're trying to absorb and figure it out and stuff like that. Like all I know is a boy and a girl and a transgender. Like that's the only things that I knew. But like now, so many people like, no, I don't want to be identified as this. I don't want to be.
I identify as a unicorn. It's like, honey, just what's your name? At the end of the day, what's your name?
Right.
I don't care.
Exactly.
His or hers or they or something like that. They were saying.
I'll say it with my whole chest. I don't give a fuck what you identify as. What's your name? Because I don't go to bed with you. I'm not going to bed with you. I am just trying to understand how to address you. If you say it's Monica, I'm like, okay, Monica, that's over there. Monica,
that's it.
Monica needs this. Monica needs that. Roxy, you need this. Roxy is over there. Roxy needs this. Roxy, this is your glass. This is your cup. Cheers, Roxy. Janet, what you doing today, Janet? I'm not gonna be like he, they, them, theirs, they, unicorn.
I'm not
it's.
I'm not going back to school to you. I'm not doing that. And I just feel, to me, that's just my opinion. Like I'm never judging anyone because I feel like that's not my place, and I don't gotta have hell to put nobody in. That's my. But I just feel like it's a bit much. And then when you don't say it or you don't know, it's like they crazy.
Want to condemn you. They want to condemn you for real.
Nothing. They would go harder for that than even racism. Like, and oh, I'm not trying.
Bigger fish to fry. Let's talk about racism and the whole versus identify as a chair today.
But why we're still talking about it in 2022?
I mean, but we can say why we still talking about it in 2022.
Right, Janet.
It's talked about and it has to be addressed. I just feel like they get more opportunities than us.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that's like right. Like we should just, you're supposed to be an ally with us. You're different. I'm different. So we're supposed to work together. There people who are racist. I make it make sense. And I don't think that's okay. Like that's and I know people are not going to agree with what I'm saying, but that's why everybody have opinions. And like I always say, that's an opinion that everybody can have. And in my view, I feel like if you are someone and you have a uniqueness about you, you should, agree with other people's uniqueness about them as well. I just feel like, to me, that's crazy that, they have more opportunities than just a regular Black woman or man.
I feel like you said, it's like the end of the world when you don't identify someone's pronoun correctly. Like, I don't know what Marie goes by. You could tell me I go by they, and I'll be like, okay, all I know is Marie.
You know what's funny? What's funny? I went to a doctor's appointment, and the application had she, her. And I was like, what does this mean? She and her? Like, what do I put?
Right.
Like, I was like, I don't know. She was like, just ignore it. It makes no sense. And I'm like, why do you have an application for people to fill it out and say it makes no sense? Like, I was confused. Like, what am I supposed to be with here? Like, she, her?
When we interview the patients, we have to ask that question.
What?
Yeah.
So yes. We just had an in-service at my job where we have a new form where now we have to ask each patient when they come in, what do they want to be identified as? What is their name? You have patients that are just filling out no problem. You have other patients. I notice a lot of older patients. They're like, I'm not filling this out, and they rip it up. They say this is ridiculous, but to each his own, and we totally understand. But sometimes I just feel that it's almost like you're just making it a lot more complicated. This is when we can all respect everybody on the mutual. And like I agree with Reynard. If your name is Popeye, I'm going to call you Popeye. If your name is Marie, I'm going to call you Marie. I'm going to address you as such, and then we're going to keep forward. I don't need to know the ins and outs of anything. I like to keep it simple,
right.
But this whole situation it's not simple because, like you say, every time you feel like you got a grasp or you have a little bit of an understanding on it, it's something new, right? It's something new. It's something. So I was like, when does the label stop? Okay. Again, as long as if you tell me what it is that you either identify, want to be called as, and just leave it at that, that's fine. And that's what we can do. We can all respect each other on a mutual respect and playing ground. But when it's so many, like she said, he, she, her, they, them, it, by, it's like, how can you get upset at me honestly and genuinely if you don't see the labels that piling up? And I'm really learning. So if somebody mistakenly calls someone from that community something else, like a he, she, they use the wrong pronoun, put it that way. The individual, they get upset sometimes right away. But you have to be a little bit more humble because it's a learning curve for everybody. It's something new. Just like I said, just when you think you have a grasp on it, it's something new. It's something new. And if you're not up on it, you can make these boo-boos, but you just have to learn how to correct it and not make it again. But we all have to try to understand one another because it's getting a lot. It's getting a lot. And the people on that side get frustrated that they're being called that. But at the same time, the people who have to adapt to it, they don't do it intentionally. It's just a lot.
Yeah, that's so true. So guys, how do you feel about everything that we discussed today? Like, do you feel like there's going to be any change? Do you feel like it's going to always be where everybody's always going to be divided? And also, how do you feel about the chapter that you're in right now too?
I feel we still have some work. Go ahead, Renard. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I feel like we're all going to be divided regardless of society. It's something that we can help. Man is always looking to divide and conquer, right? Like, that's just like humankind. I feel like everyone wants to be different. But when we embrace those individualities, sometimes we put ourselves into these categories, subcategories, X, Y, and Z, instead of looking at each other and be like, we're all human at the end of the day. Like, we all have to work to provide for our family, our household. None of us are Beyonce. I don't care how we feel in our mind, how we feel, when we step outside and go out for the evening. That's still we feel confident, but we all have to work for a living. Working in customer service is one of those things that I look at people and they come in and they have this entitled, elitist kind of mentality. And I look at people and I always say to them, it's very rare that people express gratitude today, isn't it? And they're always like, oh, taken aback by them. It's like, yeah, but we all have the same experience. We all have the same life. But instead of coming to me as a manager and expressing gratitude, I get people coming to me and saying, this didn't do right and they didn't give me this right and I want this and X, Y, and Z. And it's like, hold on. The sky is blue outside, honey. It's a beautiful day. How can I help you? Let's try it again. Because you coming at us complaining. Alive. You're alive, meaning you can choose to be happy or you can choose to have a better day or a good day or better than what you're having. But no, I feel like as individuals, things will change because we have the power to change every day. Right? We have the power to wake up and say, today's gonna be a good day. It might be raining outside. I might, have a stomach ache. I might have a headache. But I'm gonna make it a point to have a good day. I'm gonna take that time, like we talked about being soft earlier. I'm gonna take the time for myself, maybe put a little makeup on, maybe, put on one of my favorite outfits and make myself feel good. Once again, we're not perfect. We're all human. So I'm gonna make the effort to be kind. I'm gonna make an effort to have a good day. I'm gonna make an effort to be a strong contribution to society in a positive way, and not just I'm gonna go out and just have an attitude or put my headphones in and just cut off everybody from the world. Not saying that because I'm famous for some headphones when I'm shopping. I don't want to be called, but to make an effort to actually say, today I'm gonna have a good day, and I'm gonna be kind to others. That's all we can ask.
It's true.
And that's why I am today. I'm in a very positive place. I'm the happiest I've ever really been in my 33 years of life. And it's a lot, but I don't know if y'all realize what's going on here.
Congrats.
Show it again.
Congrats.
Yes, get in. No.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Yes.
heart. Oh, what a good feeling.
See? That's what I said. That's how, so you done went through all your seasons, honey, right about in this one. Yeah.
I know.
Oh, God bless.
It.
What a great feeling. I'm happy for
Oh
you.
my God, that's beautiful.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Look at
Marie, how you feeling?
I'm happy. I'm very happy.
That's good.
Like to the point that I would have never thought I would have been like happy, like even within myself. Like,
wow.
like I don't miss drama. And to the point that if it does happen, like little arguments here and there, I walk away. It's not like before. And I learned to like sit and communicate. Before I would just be like keep it moving. I don't give a shit. Like I learned a lot of stuff to better myself.
Nice.
And to be more patient. But I laugh more. I'm happy. Even if the job drives me crazy, I ask Mo, I just be like,
fall out, Roxy.
Let me tell y'all. So I started this whole podcast off the strength of, me and my friends who work in the medical field. I knew RENARD since like we were in high school. So when I say working in the medical field is a whole nother world, it's a whole nother thing. It's only for the strong people. So when she said
when you happy and you're working in the place where you work at, that is a plus. That's the best thing you could ever receive for yourself. I know, I worked there before.
Let me tell you, that place, you remember the little Indian girl that be like, bye. I feel like that every time 3 o'clock, I be like, bye. I mean,
actually 2:57 exact.
Y'all better have everything together by 2:50. I'm telling. What do I? If it's 2:58, they be like, "Dang, she leaving late." That's when you know it was busy. Yeah.
Don't give them no more time.
Immediately, I want to be out. Like immediately, I start getting sad if 2 o'clock start taking too long to get to. Like I know.
I know the feeling, Annie.
And it's crazy because it's like you like to help people. You like, what you do, but it's just the environment that you have to be in is too toxic. It's like a dark cloud over.
Strong person to work at that place. Yeah, you're a strong person. Strong.
And when you leave,
personality.
So much better.
I'm telling you, I've been doing good, y'all.
She has.
All right, Roxy.
Yeah.
The blood of Jesus. Yeah, you need that when you're in there.
So, guys, you enjoyed this episode?
Anything else you guys want to talk about? You want to discuss? Do you want to, say something that you might think you want to touch at this moment? Marie?
Monica,
Renard?
you got something to say, honey.
No, I'm just listening and enjoying. I'm laughing to myself because I know the place where Marie and Roxy work. It's like, yeah, you gotta laugh a lot. You gotta laugh a lot. So
yeah, plead the blood of Jesus often.
Absolutely. Oh, the enemy is rampant.
God bridled my tongue a lot, so
wow.
But sometimes maybe you had to be in that place so you're able to keep shut in.
Like I said, for the most part, I'll be honest with you. Like, it really has taught me how to be a businesswoman. Because the normal me would be like, and what did you say? And this and but I learned how to just be like, these people crazy, and I just gotta either, because y'all see the things I do it on a day to day.
You can't make
I
this
don't miss it at all.
It takes a lot of strength. I'm telling you, like, it really does. And like I said, I have to sometimes, I'm proud of myself because I'm an honest person, and working at this job, you have people lie on you. You have people touch your patients. Like, even the patients sometimes it's just like, and how the things are being ran. Like, there's just a lot of things that you have to take on. And that's most of my stress really in life, Like, I deal with things on a day. Like, I'm a person, I really just handle things that come at me. Like, no matter what comes at me, I just handle it. But like, you gotta handle your day to day and deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
For the strong, baby. It is only for the strong. And I'm telling you, every day I wake up, I ask God, I say, thank you, God, for my job and things like that. But like, God have a lot of strength to work.
Okay. And he gives you strength, honey. So work through all that.
That's right. That's right.
Again,
there you can't make it up.
No. Every time something happens, the first thing we say, you can't make this up.
You can't.
If I ain't
eye contact be like,
if I ain't got the eye contact, we say, Monica, I'm already. Do that something happen, we be like,
mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, that place.
It be lit. I'm telling you, medical field, you see a lot.
We'll be talking about so many different things in life, and we'll bookmark it, and then like later on come back to it and be like, did you see what all right. So I mean, that's just how it is. Like, and I'm pretty sure other environments are maybe the same way. Maybe they're just as toxic,
I think it's just people itself, what type of energy they bring to a workplace, because a lot of people don't know how to leave home at home and work at work. They kind of blend the two, and it's very tiring, and it sucks a lot of people's energy too. It's like so much negativity going on in the world. Why you have to be so negative? Like, just chill. Your feet is above ground and not beneath. Be grateful. Be grateful that you could talk. Be grateful that your mind is right. Be grateful that you could see. Be grateful that like, I don't know. Like, I think it's because working in the hospital, you see so many things. Like, you see people that have gone through so much that lose the simple things that we don't even take. Like, we don't even appreciate our hearing, our vision.
I never forget, when I was being trained 10 years ago when I first started, I was like, I remember when the lady died, and I mean, I was so heartbroken. I remember I told the lady, I was like, how do you deal with it? She's like, I just learned. She's like, I don't even think about it. And I was like, oh, this little lady. Oh, Lord, this type of people I got to work with. Like, it makes you, like, I always say, like, that's somebody's grandmother, that's somebody's aunt, that's somebody's godmother, that's somebody's auntie, cousin, uncle, and they have to deal with the aftermath of losing that person. And for you to just hold to it is just like, that's crazy to me. Right. And like I said, we work with different people. The one person I work with, I never forget, I looked out for them. They was telling me how hard their life was going, y'all. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna give them, I think it was like $40, $60. And I was like, I'm gonna give it to them. Then the next minute, I looked on social media, and they had their little feet and their little nails on the page.
Like,
they couldn't block
money?
you.
They had their feet and nails posted on the page.
Oh.
You turned on and got your nails done. You know what? But
I had my done. We had just moved into where we live at, and I was like, when I seen that, so this person is different. Took it to a different level. They post a picture the next day when we got paid, and I gave it to them. I think that Wednesday or Tuesday. I don't remember. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I know she took our little money and got her little piggy toes and her fingers.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I was tight. You remember I told y'all about how bad I was?
I hope you're not talking about newspaper.
Yes, I am.
not newspaper. You were a blessing. You needed them feet done. That's what you were. You were
You were short.
I could not believe it when I seen that. And I was like, yo, that is crazy. Wow. Get another penny out of me.
Sometimes people, they try to use like things that they're going through in life so that people can feel sorry for them so they can get what they want. Ain't that a narcissistic kind of way?
Shout out to our friend Tracy. She'll tell you one when she see one. And she always one. She will always say, oh, that's a narcissist. That person is like, you don't take nobody money and go post your little feet and your little toes together. I was like, yeah, just went to mingling and got my nails and feet done.
Wow.
Like,
yeah, no.
On my expense?
Right.
On my point.
Right.
Like, you is not my man.
I would have screenshot the picture and be like, this is what you use for my $40.
Yes, Marie, that's me like.
Told me, they were telling me how they did. It's not my place to go into so deep about this situation, but they were telling me how they basically, the moral of the story, they didn't have any money. So for you to not have any money, how you have money enough to take my money and do that? This money was for you to eat and do the basic things.
But wait, don't y'all be in the same place? Don't y'all get paid around the same time?
It's the silence for me.
I'm just asking a question because it don't make no sense.
A lot. And then that's the thing is, she's the type of person that will go around make you look crazy to people, and that's just like she do such foul stuff to everybody, and they still be her friend. And I'm just the thing is about me is a trait I do need to grow and learn from. When I feel some type of way or I get upset, I just shut down and I never talk to people again. And it's just like in that moment when you're doing something, and this might be like the 4th, 5th time you did something, I'd be like, they don't even know, they never going to talk to me again.
Right.
I can see you. I'm gonna see you every day, and if my feelings are hurt, I just won't talk to you. Look,
the thing
that from me.
You have this thing that you can spot the bullshit. So you're not going to give people certain chances, even one chance. That's more than enough. So a lot of people, you give them one chance and that's it. They shit on it. If they fuck up, they fuck up. It's over.
That's true.
That's just how Roxy runs. That's how she operates. And
another thing I need to work on, I always say, a friend to an enemy is never a friend to me. So how do you guys feel about that? A friend to an enemy being friends to you too. Do you feel like people are capable of being friends to you and the enemy?
I feel like they're gonna be talking about you.
No, loose lips sink ships, honey. No.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna go there and have conversations
I don't know. I don't know because
that's my enemy. Because that's my enemy. And at the end of the day, if that's my enemy and you're gonna become friends, what makes it where you guys are not gonna talk about me together?
Yeah, I learned that because I had a close friend. We were friends. We grew up together. One of our mutual friends stopped being friends with me. To this day, I still never knew why she just stopped talking to me. I let it go. And then more and more I grew and I realized, I said, you know what? Them chicks was talking about me, honey. They was talking it up. Like, I'm the type of person, I won't do that to you. Like, I'll just like, if they say something that is true, I'll be like, that is wrong. And I want you to know, I'm going to go back and tell them that they was wrong for that. Like, that's a messed up way to be. But I will say, I'd be like, yo, that was wrong. That's shady. So when the other person bring it up, I'd be like, not for nothing. I heard both sides of the story. And you do. No. And they be coming. I'd be like, hold on, wait. You was wrong too, Keisha, about what you did to Lashina.
Right? And that's it. And that's being a good friend. Hold your friends accountable.
Absolutely. I wish somebody would talk about, you know how many times people don't try, like, me and Roxy been friends, and a lot of people been trying to mess up our friendship for the longest. And you know how many times people don't say some slick stuff, and I'll be like, hold on, wait a minute. You know that's my best friend. You know we talk. We ain't about to do this.
Don't talk about and the thing is, don't talk about my friend. Don't talk about my friend.
Yeah, exactly. But that's just, I think that's just, like, that's how I have people that I spoke to that Roxy didn't fuck with. Like, we ain't, I don't fuck with them. I don't talk to them. I don't care. And I kept it. I never bring them up. I don't say nothing. I never disrespect Roxy. I never, have conversations about those people that she don't like with her. Like, I keep it. I don't even bring it up. I don't talk about it because I know that they don't get along. They don't like each other for whatever the reason. You know what I'm saying? So I just keep it like that. I never get involved in it, but people know, don't say nothing. It won't be nothing.
Period.
And a lot of people that I was cool with, I'm not cool with no more, but I'm still cool with Roxy. So obviously something was wrong.
But I told you about them. But so this, I'm the person, like, I am not going to be disrespectful to the person's enemy, but let's just have a mutual understanding that we not cool. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, me and you, we not there, because I never want my friend to ever feel like I'm gonna be shady to them. I'm going to say something, like, because my loyalty is to my friend. Like, I'll be cordial. Like, at work, I'll just be cordial.
Like, how are you? Good to see you. So
that's too much right there. Hey,
no, that's too much.
It's okay.
It's just
just walk away.
Yeah. Monica, what you gotta say? Because you got quiet.
It's like a hard high for her.
It's hard for me.
You just wave and be like, hey, and just keep it pushing. I just know how you doing, how your day was, how anything's going on with you. I really don't care, and I really don't need to know. You just keep on going. Good morning, goodbye.
I've been having.
Yeah, I don't even think they get the end.
Why not?
Hi. That's it.
But you have the ones that want to have a whole conversation with you and never even said anything to you before. I'm like, I never spoke to you a day in my life. Like, where you came from?
Don't you feel awkward when you're looking both ways? Like, what?
Oh no, you talking to me?
Right?
No, there have been times. Who was I in front of when I'm like, but we don't even talk like that. Why are you asking me that? Like, I am that kind of like, I am that like, and I promise you, there's like no like ill will or nothing like that. But I'm just a very like, we just don't have to. Like, that's the best way. We don't have to. We don't have to.
I feel like I feel like we have to spread love and kindness to the world, but I feel like we can spread that out without having to speak to certain people.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
It's just like, I wish nothing but the best. God bless you. God take care of you. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gotta worry about me, boo boo.
I don't even wish no ill will to nobody. Like, I could never today, but if you go through something in your life, like on a serious level, I never want no ill. I never want nothing to ever happen to nobody or their family or nothing like that. Like, never. But I'm still good with never talking to you though. Now I'm still staying on that. Like, I could just go without like communication. Like, I just feel like sometimes it's just best to just be like, I'm good, you good. Like, we don't even gotta explain why we're not good. Like, some people like closure with certain things, and some people not worth like, if I was like this with us, I would want closure with our friendship. Like, and then sometimes it get to a chapter in life where you don't even need the closure. I've had friends that I was friends with for a long time, and that's it.
And that's all. It's nothing needs to be said. I feel like I've had friends like that too, long friendships. And then at a certain point, you just have a understanding within yourself and with the relationship that you had. Like, all right, it don't serve me no more. And it's personal. You know, it was all personal before until it wasn't. Like, then it's just like, I'm just here and I'm happy and I exist and you exist and there's nothing else that needs to be said.
It's just like, we don't even got to say hi or bye. It's just, if you're in my way, excuse me.
Right.
But
That's
you
a good way
could
to put it.
try. Ask Roxy how many times I'd be like, hi, how are you? And they look like they're going to fall off a chair. All the time. She be giving me the look like for real. I'm like, hi, how are you? How you doing?
I just, even when I did I still don't even want to. Like, see, I'm a type person. I know what it is, so I'm not even going fake. Like, we don't have to fake this. Like, we do not have to. Like, I promise. Like, I'm a person. Like, I'm good with just like, you know, all right. We don't even gotta say hi. I have a coworker. Do not even say hi, bye, good night.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Maybe like the department. I like about 5 people in my department.
That's too much.
Out of 40 something people.
That's not bad.
They're not in your department. They just in the same vicinity. They're not in your department though. So stop.
No, no. I got about like 4 of them I like in my department. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I like Miss Shirley. She's one of the 3.
She gonna live forever.
I love Miss Shirley.
That lady, she is, yo, she's tough. She's a tough cookie, yo. But to me, she's the sweetest thing. I love her. I love her energy, the way she put people in their place. Love it.
And she'll carry it with class. She's one of the 4 people I like.
Fine.
So,
oh my God.
Thank you so much for tuning into Scatter Minds.
Yes, thank you guys.
Hey.
Thank you to the guests. Thank you, Renard. Thank you, Marie.
Yes, thank you guys for coming.
It wasn't Marie. It wasn't that bad, was it?
Was it that bad?
After a while.
Well, we just want to say thank you so much for tuning in to us. And, you know, we got more episodes to go. We just, you know, we're just figuring us out. Like, this whole podcast thing, people really got to understand it's not for the weak. Your day-to-day life. It has to deal with promo. It has to deal with actually getting together to do these things. Like, it's no joke. So, like, we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Anybody want to close out in prayer?
Go ahead.
I will be back.
Yes.
You closing prayer? Y'all want me to say a closing prayer for real?
Oh, you want to close out in prayer? Let's go. Let's hear it.
All right. All right.
Take it to church.
In the sun.
Say it.
We thank you. We're not even going to say a denomination. Father, we thank you for bringing all us together.
Yes, Lord.
For us to share our unbiased opinions and for us to have breath in our body to do so.
Amen to that.
We thank you for this room, this platform, this space, this energy that we all share. Thank you to our lovely creator. Thank you to our host, Janet, Monica, the lovely and incomparable Roxy. They all are fabulous. Thanks for our guests, myself and Marie. And I look forward to doing this again. Maybe we have another beautiful time to chit chat and break bread and share our opinions on life, everything that we experience. And that's going to be on Amen and Hallelujah.
Amen. Hallelujah. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Yes.
Thank you.